Welcome to the Dirty Tea Podcast. My name is Donna.
And I'm Amanda, and we're excited for you to join us where you'll be served the dirtiest tea.
We are best friends from the Midwest who love other people's drama.
And we'd rather spill your tea on air than behind your back.
So feel free to submit your dirty tea for us to read on air.
Or sit back, fill your cup with whatever tickles your fancy, and get ready for the mess.
All right. Happy Friday, friends. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Finally, actually, this week went by really fast for me. How did you feel?
I don't know. I feel like it went kind of slow, but I don't know.
I kind of had to check myself yesterday because I had to look at my watch and I was like, is it really Thursday? Because I thought it was Wednesday. So I was like, is it really Thursday? And then when I looked and it was Thursday, I was like, bless the Lord, because I was so happy. And then I was like, tomorrow's Friday. So this week went by really fast for me. But happy Friday. Super excited for the weekend. I don't have anything planned, but hey, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants.
Possibilities are endless.
Right. Right. So, I mean, we're just going to dive right in.
Let's just jump in.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's just do it. Okay. So, this one is called A Rodeo at Work. So, once while I was working in a maternity ward, the doctor gave this newborn a shocking diagnosis. They said that she had chlamydia. Because, babies can be born with diseases and STDs and stuff like that. So it says she got it from the mom, obviously. So the mom had no idea, but admitted that she was cheating on the dad because there was no other way to explain it except the dad was cheating too.
Ooh.
With the other guy's girlfriend.
Oh. Wait, who's the other guy?
So, okay.
The one that the wife was cheating with? Oh, so it's just like a whole square. So everybody was fucking everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody had chlamydia.
They were basically passing it around, and this poor child ended up having it. So the dad was cheating too with the other guy's girlfriend. All four of them had chlamydia. None of them had no idea who had it first. They all also had no idea who the actual dad was. That was a rodeo.
Oh my goodness. That sounds like a rodeo.
Right.
I bet you this was in Kentucky or something like that, you know,
or Tennessee or something, Alabama or some crazy South.
Right.
Isn't that crazy? Poor child.
Man. What a twisted, and then how is the kid gonna grow up and, just think oh, that's daddy, but then that's uncle, but not really uncle.
Like Uncle Daddy, like you said at one time.
I mean, but even then, it's they don't know who the daddy is. So just think about this. What if neither of them are the dad? And that's who gave them the chlamydia. Dun, dun, dun. So she went and fucked around with somebody else. And then she came back and started fucking around with everybody. And then everybody was fucking everybody. And then that's how they got chlamydia. Because neither of them are even the dad.
So now instead of a little four-square rodeo, it's now a little dipper. Because now she brought someone else into the game. And now... And then imagine telling the story as an adult and then telling everybody that you were born with chlamydia because your mama was a hoe.
Exactly.
Mama was a hoe, y'all.
Moral of the story.
Don't be a hoe.
Don't be a hoe.
Don't give your baby chlamydia.
So that everybody doesn't know that you're a hoe.
Don't be a hoe.
Okay, this one is short but kind of funny. It says that I got dumped due to WAP. WAP. Wet ass pussy. WAP.
Oh my God. Okay.
So it says I had a situationship and he broke up with me because he said my WAP was too much. He'd have to clean his sheets multiple times a week. We tried towels and everything, but it would soak through. And she's like, I'm starting to think I should see a doctor for this. But he broke up with her because that WAP was just too...
A bucket and a mop ain't gonna help it.
Right, exactly. It was whopping too much. Damn, that's a struggle bus right there. There's dudes out there that are probably like, man, I would love that. That'd be amazing. Yeah,
and this guy couldn't handle it. His mop was just not, working.
He was like, I gotta get the fucking waterproof sheets when this bitch comes over. Like, I don't want to deal with that shit. Those are expensive.
I'm sure that's a thing. I'm sure that's a thing, like a WAP.
But not that wet. Come on now. That means you're just pissing on him at this point.
She probably, you know what, it's probably a bladder control thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's like,
It's not a
man,
wet pussy. It's
this
a
WAP,
pissy pussy.
girl, it's a bladder control.
It's a pap, not a wap. A pap. A pissy ass pussy. Just nasty. He was right for breaking up with you because
Right,
honestly, that's absurd.
right.
Come on, girl.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's a BCP. This is bladder control problem. It ain't no WAP. It's a BCP. Get that
Right.
shit checked
If you
out.
mean to tell me that you're soaking through towels and you're not pissing, what are you doing?
Right.
I'm okay. I don't know. This is a controversial topic, but I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm
You could be a
believer
leader too,
that
if you mean.
no, I said bleeder, but I could be a leader. You're right.
Don't be a leader.
No, don't be a bleeder. I was gonna say I'm a firm believer that when people say like, "Oh, squirting, squirting," it's piss. Let's be honest. You're peeing. It's not a separate, liquid that's coming out of the same hole
You're
that
pissing.
your pee comes out. It's pee. So, I mean, just call it what it is. It's just
You're
piss in the
pissing.
bed.
You're pissing in the bed.
Pissy ass bitch. Oh man. Pissy
You're a
ass
pissy ass
bitch.
bitch.
You deserve to get broken up with.
So this one says, I bumped into a guy at a cafe once. He seemed friendly and we had coffee again. Family decided to get dinner. As we sat at a bar, something really unexpected happened. I was just trying to catch the bartender's attention when he decided to lick my face.
The bartender or the date?
The guy
Oh
decided
goodness.
to literally lick her face,
Out of nowhere. Okay.
sliding his tongue from chin to forehead. You could easily tell I was taken back. Attempting to dial down the shock expression, he playfully poked me. I asked him to stop, and his response was rather creepy. He leaned in and whispered, "I'll just poke you while you're asleep."
The fuck?
I couldn't stick around any longer. I made sure he left, and even the bouncer escorted me to my car to make sure I was safe. Days later, he began to message me. He seemed worried that he seemed worried because he hadn't heard from me and was planning to swing by my parents' house to make sure I was all right. Even though I never told him about my parents' home or where I lived or anything like that. Fed up, I warned him I'd call the police if he ever bothered me again. Luckily, I never heard from him again.
Oh my gosh. So he was basically stalking her.
Basically, they went on one date.
And she just randomly met him like
At
at
a
a
cafe,
cafe.
yeah.
Like that was how they were
Yeah, that's how they
introduced.
initially met.
Oh
And
my
she ran into
god.
him again and then went on a date. She, decided to give him a chance and went on a date. And he just decided he wanted to lick her face.
Now, what in your right mind, like what makes you think that like after you lick somebody, like unexpectedly, uninvited, like what makes you think that that bitch wants anything to do with you?
Right.
Like immediately after that, the date was over. Like that should have been
First of all, I mean, when you say, "Dan, you look like a snack," I get it, but that doesn't necessarily mean taste me.
right. And that was like a vertical, like from the chin to the forehead. That means he got her
That
lips,
means
he got
he
some of the
licked.
boogers from her nose, he got the crusties out of her eyeballs, like
He
all
went
that shit.
like literally like this to her nostril,
Yeah.
to the corner of her eyes, to her forehead. Dude, I would slap a hoe.
I would slap him too. That's nasty. Like, and if it was wet too,
Oh,
like, and if I had makeup on too, like,
right.
bitch,
Ruined my
now I gotta
makeup.
streak through my fucking makeup, my whole
Right. It
face.
took my lashes with you. Bitch, I paid good
Right.
money for these lashes. Now they're ruined.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Right.
You know what? We gotta do like a dating 101. Like, we just
Etiquette.
gotta let the people know, like,
Right.
there's just certain
Rule
things
number
that you
1,
can do
don't lick
and you can't
anybody.
do. No licking allowed
Right.
on dates.
Keep your tongue in your
Period.
mouth unless it's invited.
Tongue in your mouth, your hands to yourself. and keep your mean comments to yourself as well.
Right.
Because we've heard some pretty mean comments on first dates
Right.
on the Dirty Tea podcast. Okay, that's a good one. I like that. Okay, this one says it's a little, different, but so it says when I left my abusive roommate, I did a bunch of stuff. So I had to leave my friend and roommate's house after he became an abusive alcoholic, and I decided when packing to do a few things around the house. I put the remote to his TV and his daughter's toys that he never cleans up. I took the shower curtain out of the only shower in the house. I poured all the alcohol out in the house. I undid all the work I did on his entertainment system, disconnecting like cables and shit. I left all the trash, and then I took the key to his gun safe, as well as took the only lamp that lit the living room. And he's like, most of these he would have just had to put in minor work to fix, but instead he got the house foreclosed on, which by the timeline means that he was also stealing the money I was giving him to pay mortgage. So it sounds like he was better off getting out of there in the first place. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that was super petty revenge, and I'm kind of here for it, though.
I mean, I'm here for it. It was super petty. I mean, but at that point, why didn't you take the toilet paper, take the light bulbs, take the light bulb in the
I
fridge?
thought you were gonna go the opposite direction. I thought you were gonna be like, well, since there's a kid involved, maybe. But you were like, no, he got to go
Take
further.
take
Why
the
did you take the
kids'
toilet
bed
paper?
sheets, take the frozen bed sheets, the little Smurfs bed sheets,
Yeah.
take the
Put them
twin
on your
size
bed.
pillow. Why not? He let the
Boom.
stole your money, stole your rent money, let the house go in foreclosure. Take the light bulb.
Yeah.
Take the last ketchup packet that you got from Chick-fil-A.
Mm. Leave the door unlocked when you leave.
Right. Hell no. Take
Kid's not
the
home.
lock too.
Take the lock.
Right. Leave the little hole, how they have the hole. And you know what I would use to lock it? A little toothpick.
You know what? If I wanted to be real petty, you know what I would take? Like, you know how the thermostat, you can take the thermostat off, like the wall? I would take that with me. Be like, good luck, bitch. Now you gotta go to Home Depot and get another one. And
Turn
you
it
gotta
to
figure out if it's the right one that's gonna fit your walls
turn it to real
too.
cold and then take it off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm
Or
a
if
petty
it's like the
bitch.
winter time, yeah, if it's the summertime, then you just
Turn it to real
turn it
hot.
down to heat.
Turn it
Turn it
to
down to
hot
heat and blast it all the way to 90.
and then take it
Oh
off.
man. That's petty.
hmm
That's really petty. We're giving people some evil
You
ideas
know,
out
you know
there.
what I read that was like super petty?
What?
If any bitch ever fucked me over. Okay, so what I would do is like them curtain rods, buy some fucking
Mm,
sardines and put them in the curtain rods and leave the curtain rods and just fucking leave them in there.
mm. Now that's evil, because
That's
you'll
fucking
never think to
evil.
look there. Like,
Right.
honestly,
Right.
girl.
That's fucking evil. I would
I
never do
think
it,
I
but
know where you got that genius idea from.
right.
Ha ha ha.
You see, you know because you read it
But
too.
no, actually, I thought you got it from the TV show. I kept on telling you to watch Tacoma FD, and he did that exact prank in the TV
No
show. So I
way.
thought that you were watching the
No,
show.
I did not. No,
So
I read it
clearly, you did
somewhere.
not do your homework,
No, I read
and
it
that's
somewhere.
unacceptable.
No, I read it.
I don't want you to be reading things like
You want me
that
to
does
watch it?
nothing for your brain. I want you to
Reading
watch
doesn't.
it.
Reading does nothing for your brain. You need to watch dirty
Nothing.
TV shows.
Exactly.
That fuels your
You
education.
learn so much more. You would have learned that so much faster if you just would have watched the show, and then when you read that little thing, you'd have been like, so
Already know it.
unoriginal. Yeah.
Okay, so this one is like a conversation between like a mom and a daughter about
Okay.
the grandkids. So first of all, give me a child's name, a daughter, like a girl.
Beth.
Beth. Okay, so this one is the mom texting the daughter about the granddaughter. Okay, so it says, "What does Beth want for Christmas? Does she like Barbie
Beth
still?"
is the granddaughter, right?
Beth is the granddaughter. So it says, "What does Beth want for Christmas? Does she like Barbie still? What about pony toys?" The daughter then says, "Not so much into toys anymore. How about a new bike helmet? She likes playing outside." The grandma says, I'm not getting a little girl a helmet. Which Barbies does she have? Send me pics." The daughter says, Mom, she won't play with them. I just don't want you to be upset if she doesn't like them.
Right.
Then the grandma says, she can say thank you. I did not raise you to raise ungrateful brats. The daughter says, I didn't say she wouldn't thank you, Mom. I said she might not play with them, which is the truth. She doesn't like dolls. Please don't get things that she won't play with. They will go to waste. The grandmother says, if she's going to be a little bitch, then Nana won't get her anything. How about
What?
that? Wonder where she got that from. ... A few minutes later, the grandma writes back, I'm sorry, that was rude. What does she want? The daughter wrote, you're done. The grandmother
Right.
wrote, no, I'm sorry. What does she want? The daughter wrote, you're a disgusting person, calling a child a bitch. If you step foot on my property again, I will call the police.
I'm sorry. That's so dumb. How are you gonna call her a little bitch? And it's not like you're texting the granddaughter. You know what I mean? It's not like you listen here, you little bitch. You're gonna get what grandma fucking gives you, and you're gonna like it. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, little bitch Beth. Like grandma is so aggressive.
Dude, the daughter is
Little bitch
literally
Beth.
the daughter is literally telling her, get her a bike helmet. Like, don't
Right.
get her Barbie. She won't play with it. She wants to fucking ride a bike. I don't want my daughter to get a concussion. And the grandma's like, I'm gonna get her Barbies.
Grandma's like, one
She's
way or
being a
another,
little
she's getting the
bitch.
goddamn Barbie. She's gonna get her a Barbie with a helmet on it and be like, boom, two birds with one stone.
She's like, if she's gonna be a little bitch, then Nana won't get her anything.
and then
Dude,
and then when she gets her the present and it's gonna be all wrapped and shit, it's gonna be like, to grandma's little bitch.
no, Nana's little bitch.
Nana's little bitch. That's so fucked up.
I know.
Man.
I
And then
know.
she's just like, you know what? I thought about it. I
I'm
overreacted.
sorry.
Sorry about that. What does she want?
Get
Bitch,
that
she
out of my
wants a fucking
system.
helmet, okay? Like, it doesn't change the answer just because you called her a little bitch. Now you think I really, really?
Right. Dude,
Oh, man.
if I had a daughter and I was like, Mom, just get her a bike helmet. She's like, she's a little bitch. I'm like, the fuck?
I ain't getting that bitch a helmet. Oh, my God.
You know what? My petty ass would have been like, the apple doesn't fall far from the fucking grandmother tree.
Oh,
You
my
know?
God. You little bitch.
Dude.
Okay. Um, So this one says my boyfriend keeps mentioning my mom and sister when we have sex. I feel like we've had one that was like similar to
Mm-hmm.
this, so
Similar.
it's a little bit different. So it's a girl. So she says we both like to try things in bed. I have a degrading kink, and we both like it. But lately he's been degrading me a bit too much and threatens me to fuck my mom and sister if I don't act right. So I was weirded out by it and didn't say anything. So she gets annoying. He's like, "You better stop, or I'm gonna fuck the shit out of your mom." Like real shit. That's just that's how that
Dude,
conversation went. You know,
a
I'm fucking your
degrading.
mom if you don't get it together. Now that's very degrading.
Dude,
You
that's
know.
fucked up. Like on so many levels. Are you serious?
I mean,
That's
now
not
keep
even.
in mind too, they're 21 years old, so they're both 21.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that makes any difference for context, really, but he's got like a
It makes a
milf
huge
kind of
difference. It makes
fantasy.
a huge difference because if they were in
Yeah,
their like 40s or 50, like 40s, that means
it's
like
gonna be really
their mom is
right.
probably like a lot older. Or if they're a lot older, that means that their mom maybe have passed
Maybe
and they had like some deeper issues.
like
Like
some mommy issues.
no, like
Yeah,
no, I'm talking about like
like some like
necrophilia.
erectile dis.
No, it's like
What? Oh, I was not there. I was thinking,
like,
you're thinking about necrophilia. I'm over here in my head like, Stacy's mom has got it going on.
like the boyfriend's like, you better do this. I'm gonna dig your mom up and I'm gonna fuck your mom.
Oh, don't let me find your mom's tombstone, bitch, because it's over. That is so fucking evil. Okay. No, it's not that. So,
Okay,
okay.
let's go back to your story.
There's more. There's more.
Okay.
So, she's like, she was weirded out by it, but she's just thinking it's just a kink during sex or whatever. So she said, from that happening, she said, I think that gave him the green light to continue because she allowed it to happen the first time.
Wow.
So the next night over text, he made a detailed scenario about fucking her in front of her family and then them joining them. And he sent her like a porn video of like, it was like titled "Stepmom Caught Us Having Sex" and she joined.
Oh,
And she was like, and he, okay, so then she was testing him. So she was like, I wanted to see how far he'll go. So I asked him, do you want my mom to join us? And then he said, do you? And then she said yes, just to see how he would react. And
mhm.
then he responded and said, I love you. He thought that she was being for real.
Wait, so
So then
he, after she said that, he said, I love you?
yeah, yeah. Right. So he was like, oh, fuck yeah, this is the girl. I'm gonna
Dude.
fuck her mom. So then immediately she was like, I then immediately stopped him because I didn't want to embarrass him. So I started making jokes about it, expecting him to stop. But then he reassured her that he only wants her and obviously doesn't want to fuck his mom and sister. It's just a scenario. But that didn't stop
Backpedaling.
him because exactly, because he keeps on mentioning he mentions them when they have
So
sex
he
and he
continued to
asks
mention
like
it.
what she said then it was like it didn't stop him because he keeps on mentioning them when we have sex and he asks if they're like nearby her when they're like so she'll be with her family chilling and
Mhm.
like he'll text her and be like, oh, are your mom and sister with you, are they nearby? And she's like, he really likes my body and it's probably just a kink and he's overly comfortable with it since we like to try things out together, but I don't know what to do. Should I confront him or not say anything and see if he's really attracted to them because what the fuck, I don't know what to do. So
Oh my,
that's the full story. It was a mouthful, right? That's a fucking lot.
that's an
But
understatement. Like, that's a
to
total
me, it's a
understatement.
no-brainer. Like, okay, I understand like wanting to explore, kinks and shit like that. Like to each his own, right? But like if it's something where you're uncomfortable with it, like that's like rule number one with kinks. Like if
Right.
you're uncomfortable with it, like
You have a
you
safe
gotta
word
speak
and you
up.
stop.
Yeah,
And then,
exactly.
oh, that gives me the heebie jeebies. Okay. That was funny as fuck, but then it becomes disturbing and then becomes
Yeah,
disgusting.
yeah.
Um, okay, that was funny
Because
as
he's
fuck.
so like insistent with it
Right.
too. That's like the creepy part about it. Like he can't help himself. Like he is like in love with her
And then he caught
mom,
himself, backpedaled, and then didn't stop there and then continue to bring it up again.
and then continue.
And
Yeah,
then that's
because he
disgusting.
right
No.
exactly
No, I think she should put a stop to it. And then what she should do is if it's not a turn on for her anymore, then she should tell him that she wants to put a stop to it and not to mention it anymore.
right, and just be like, I think this is weird. I'm really not comfortable because like the fact that she like played into it and was like, do you really want to do this with my mom?
Right.
And he was like, do you? And she said yes. Like of course his mind is gonna go like, oh, she's into this shit. Like,
Right.
I mean, not thinking rationally, because who the fuck wants to have sex with, their boyfriend and
Ugh.
have like your mom and
Right.
your sister even
In the same
watching
thought.
you, yeah, in the
Even
same
not
thought,
even
like
joining in the same thought. That's nah.
it's just weird. It's weird and it's fucking creepy
Right.
and like she needs to tell him because he's just gonna go through life asking bitches if
Right.
he
Or
can fuck
thinking
their
it's okay.
moms
Right. No.
and no,
Bitch, put a
you
stop
just
to it.
can't.
And if you're not comfortable, put a stop to it. Because that's, hey, maybe it's for some people, but if it's not for you, put a stop to it.
Right, right. Be like, we could like you could role play, you could
Hmm.
role play as your mom. You probably look like her, right? Just be like, oh honey, you just got home from school. Do your homework. What's your third grade. You've been a bad boy.
If you're gonna
see.
role play, bring other people in it to role play with you, but don't actually bring your own mom and sister.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
do some shit like
Exactly.
that. Do some stupid kink like that, but don't actually bring your mom and sister. Because
Right.
no, because you just know.
And I wonder, like, I'm sure she didn't tell her mom and sister about
Oh
this.
God, I hope not.
You know, like just imagine that fucking awkward
No,
conversation of like, so yeah, my boyfriend wants us to have like a five-some. Dad's not invited. Sorry.
sorry,
Like
Dad, not this
it's a
time.
family affair, you know. Affair literally, family
Right,
literally.
right.
Like
Oh my God,
disgusting.
no. Ugh. Or he just needs to go.
I
Because
think he just needs to
he's
go.
gonna go in there. He's gonna shake that whole family apart.
Yeah.
No, he just needs to
Well,
go.
maybe not. Well, maybe. If he's that obsessed with it, just think like he seems to be more into the mom than he is the sister.
Right.
And he probably has a better chance. He's 21 years old. You know, he's at his prime. He's got loads of semen in him because he's so fucking young. So the mom, she might be fed up with dad
So
and
the mom,
ready to try
so he
something
might even go
different.
in there. He might even go in there and become the stepdaddy.
Exactly. Just
No.
like remember from the last episode how it was the one where the dude, or it was maybe not the
Right.
last episode, but the dude who left his girlfriend for his mom
Yep.
and then they moved in together
Yep.
and
Ends up
didn't end up
being.
working out.
Yep. Ends up being her stepdaddy. I mean, her step grandpa.
Uh, yeah, this is
Mm-hmm.
how it all fucking starts.
Yep.
Moral of the story, don't let your boyfriends fuck your moms.
Yep.
Like
Right. Literally. Literally.
that's
Ugh.
it.
Okay. This the one says it was Christmas Eve 2021. I had just come back from dinner with from my aunt's house. I woke up at 2 a.m. and immediately felt panic when I realized I was alone in bed. I walked through the house, but my wife was nowhere to be found. I was worried. Moments later, she came through the basement door. I asked her where she had been. She initially responded by saying that she couldn't sleep and went outside for some fresh air. I asked her to be honest. She told me that she had just screwed some guy in his truck in our driveway.
What? And she told him?
Yeah, because he literally like looked at her in the eyes and said, just be honest with me.
Man. But wait, why was she coming up from the basement then?
Because she
If
went
she was
from the
coming from
basement
outside.
door through the
Oh,
driveway,
maybe they're outside.
trying to be
Oh.
sneaky and shit with her sneaky
So,
link.
ooh.
Immediately divorced.
I mean, at least she was honest, right? But yeah, I agree. Immediate divorce. You
God.
gotta let that shit go.
Hmm.
That's crazy. And if he wouldn't have pushed it, then she would have just been like not
Or
told
if
him.
he wouldn't have woken up, she would have gotten back to
True.
bed with her dirty ass pussy.
Yeah,
It
right.
crawled back in bed with
Got
him.
right
That's
back in there.
nasty. Right.
You know, you don't have no fucking civilized sex in a truck with a sneaky link,
Right.
some country, redneck type shit. You're getting down dirty.
And
She
you
probably
got
had like
no.
hay and stuff in her underwear, like hay and grass and fucking chewing tobacco, like
And
all types of shit.
right. And you got no respect for yourself or your, vagina if you're strewn in the back of a truck and then crawling back into bed with your husband.
Right.
No respect for yourself.
Exactly. Because you were just gonna walk right up there
Right.
and then kiss him
Pretend.
on the forehead in the morning and go right to sleep and wake
Right.
up and pretend it didn't
Right.
happen. And who knows how long she's been doing it before then too. If
Yep.
she's just, like just sneaking right back in, just
Right.
easy peasy lemon squeezy.
God
Mm.
was on his side, or some
Well,
force of nature. That's
hopefully he gets out of there.
right.
Some people stick around and ugh. Okay. Um so this one I thought was really interesting. My boyfriend confessed to me that he used to hate me and want to cheat on me. And I before I even get into the story, it's really fucked up. But like I've seen stuff about this, like where dudes will be like, I fucking hate my girlfriend. She's so fucking annoying. All she does is nag me. Like I cheat on her on purpose. Like men that are actively in relationships that won't leave the girl, but they'll like harbor all of these negative feelings towards them
Oh my
and like
God.
but still stay in the relationship with
Like
them, which is
basically,
weird.
I don't want you, but I also don't want anybody else to have you.
Exactly.
Oh
That's
my God. So
literally it.
selfish ass
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
So she says, so she's 22, her boyfriend's 23. She says, my boyfriend and I were on the phone last night talking about the beginning of our relationship. It was rocky. We were both going through our own things and it wasn't a healthy time. We broke up, but then later got back together and are much happier this time. I knew it was bad, but I wasn't prepared to find out how bad it was. My boyfriend confessed the things that broke my heart and changed my opinion of our current relationship. So he hated everything about me down to the way I walked and talked, saw me as an annoying person, nothing more, felt trapped with me, wasn't attracted to me, and wanted to cheat very badly but held back. He claims that he hasn't felt any of these things since he realized what he lost when they broke up, and then he claims that he was in a shitty place in his life and took it out on her, but also says that she changed his life and became to be like it became better to be around like after he I mean, I don't know what the realization was like when it happened, but apparently like things just clicked and then he was like, "Oh, she's the best thing that ever happened." So, she's like, "I don't see how I changed it all, especially when his hatred had nothing to do with my actions, but who I was." So, I don't understand how he can go from hatred to love. He must still feel some of these things, right? He swears it went all away, but it just doesn't add up. I can't look at the mirror and love myself anymore. The person I love more than anything has hated everything about me, and I don't even want to speak or walk around him anymore. So I want to change everything about myself so badly because I'm still in love with him, and flaws and all, and I want to believe that he loves me too. But after this, how can I believe that? Yeah,
Girl,
I feel bad for that
what the
girl. If
fuck?
oh, like
Oh,
the fact that one he told her all of that, and then now she's like taking it to the point where she's like, I don't like myself
that she
anymore.
doesn't
I
even
don't
love
love
herself,
myself
right?
anymore. Because it's something that some loser, let's be honest, like if it was rocky from the beginning of your relationship, maybe it just wasn't fucking meant to be because it shouldn't be
Hmm.
that hard, especially in the beginning of a
Hmm.
relationship, But that aside, I don't know, like if somebody were to tell me that, I'd be like, I can't continue this. Like if you
Right.
tell me that you hated me so bad, you hated everything about me, the way I walk, talk,
Yeah.
smell, all that shit, like I'd be like, well then why the fuck are you
Right.
here?
Right. So he basically met her, fell in love with her, took this beautiful soul, and then crushed it into
Mhm.
morsels to the point where she hated herself so much that she despised herself just as much as
Mhm.
he despised her. Yet he won't let her go for her to love herself and continue to grow and want to be a better person. And then that's sick. That's disgusting.
I
That
feel
that
like
that pisses me off.
it pisses me off too, and I feel like it's a low key like
Yeah.
manipulation kind of thing because now it's like you guys are supposedly in this better place and
Hmm.
everything is
That's
so
not a better
great.
place. That's no.
Right,
There's no better place than
but
that.
that's like her tricking
Right.
herself like, now he loves me and he thinks that everything that I do is great. But what's going to happen when he decides, one day where you do something that he doesn't like
You
or,
breathe the wrong
he gets
way.
upset with
You
you.
blink the wrong
Yeah, and
way.
now he hates you again
Right.
and, he's still in the relationship acting like everything is fine and normal. You don't know that he was harboring all these negative
Hmm.
feelings towards So
Right.
like how could you even trust that to be around somebody like
Right.
that? Like,
Right. I think it has
ugh,
deeper meaning in that, where it's him that he doesn't love himself. Therefore,
yeah,
he's projecting all that towards her. So in order for him
right.
to feel better about himself, he has to project all that negativity towards her. So he brings her down so that he feels better about himself, which is kind of shitty. But
Mhm.
he's done that so much to her that like she can't even love herself. She can't even feel good about herself. Um, that's so shitty. That's such a shitty place to be in. You know.
Yeah.
Um, oh, that's so sad. That makes me sad.
It makes you sad just to think of like she was probably thinking that like, oh, this is we're finally working it out, we're gonna make it
Right.
work and all this shit. And then he tells her all of that, like
But
there's
there's
just
no
no coming
fixing
back
that
from
though.
that.
There's no
There's
fixing that.
no yeah,
Because when a person breaks you
exactly.
down like that, there's no there
Right.
there's no fixing that. They
He's
can't better.
literally telling yeah, he's saying that I hate everything. I hate
Hmm.
you. I hate everything about you, like down to the way this girl walks. That's not somebody that, you can't go from saying like I hate this person so much,
Yeah.
I want to cheat on them
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
Like, you can't trust that
Yeah.
type of shit. That's not love,
I
and
think
that
that
never will be love.
yeah, I think that in any relationship, whether it's friendship or a love relationship, if it gets to the point when a person tells you I hate you and they've said that to you verbally, there's no fixing it.
Yeah.
There's I don't like you. I get it. I've told my partner I don't like them, but that doesn't mean I hate you. That doesn't mean I don't love you. I just don't like them at that moment. I need my space.
Yeah.
But I've never said I hate you, because if it gets to that point where they say I hate you, there's no going back, because hate is a really strong word,
It is. Yeah.
and you can't go back. You can't fix that, because to me, hate is like almost like I despise you.
Yeah.
And that's a really hurtful word, because when it gets to that point, there's no going back. There's no fixing, because it's almost like you disgust me and I don't want to be around you. And that's, when it gets to that point, there's no fixing it. I think that she needs to move on from that, and she needs to be around people and around things that brings positivity to her life, and she just can't be around that. That's disgusting.
Yeah, you gotta let that dude go, girl. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like,
No, that's
you'll be
disgusting.
surprised. Like, you gotta, and
There's
that's
people
what,
out
like,
there that.
people always say, like, you gotta love yourself, and that's the exact reason, because if you love yourself, then you won't put up with shit like that.
Yep. You'll know what's right from wrong.
Yeah.
That makes me mad. Okay. All right. So this one, this girl asked a question, says, does anybody know of places to take Jackson for a tattoo? Just because he's kind of young. I don't know any places that'll do it. Any recommendations? And so someone replies back, dude, how old is he? If he's a child, he can't get a tattoo. And then
Right.
she replies back, he's 5. I know he's a little young, but I found a really nice tattoo that's sort of a mother-son kind of thing, and I want to get it for him for his 6th birthday in May. Plus, children can get tats if they have a parent with them, if they're getting it done. Hold on.
This is so stupid. Okay.
The person replies back, are you insane? You want your little
Right.
child to get a permanent thing on his body that hasn't even developed yet, and is something he can't even consent to. Hell, most 16-year-olds can't even get tattoos on their own. So actually, there is a shock that you're actually thinking of getting one for 5-year-olds acceptable. You definitely won't get any places that will do that. So she replies back, last time I checked, you don't have a child.
Oh, okay.
So before you lecture me about my parenting, just because you think it's wrong doesn't mean it's wrong.
Very interesting. Okay.
So because you
Very,
don't have
very
kids,
interesting.
you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know, right?
So until you
Like,
have
you don't
kids of your
know. He
own,
wants this fucking tattoo so bad.
he's
He wants
asking.
a Paw Patrol tattoo
You
on
know,
his arm.
he's had those temporary tattoos before, so he knows what it feels like to have tattoos,
Exactly.
okay?
Right.
So just to let you
Right.
know, he's had tattoos before. So don't you
Right.
come at me tell me he hasn't had
Exactly.
tattoos. He's had it on for
Right.
2 weeks. He has not complained once. So before you come at me telling me that he hasn't had tattoos, you better check your resources, because you don't got kids, okay?
I bet that motherfucker don't got kids or tattoos.
Right.
So how you gonna tell her what she can and can't do with her 5-year-old?
Right. He's got tattoos on his forearm. He's even got a tattoo on his forehead one time, and he's never complained about it. So don't you come in at me telling me that he can't have a tattoo, because you don't got
Right.
kids. So don't come at me.
Because really, what the truth of the matter is, it's not really that permanent, because he's going to get a tattoo on his arm, and then his arm is going to grow because he's a child right now. So by the time that he's like 15, the tattoo is basically not even going to be there anymore.
Right.
It's going to look like,
and it's going to spread, and that means that he can get a bigger tattoo to go across it. So basically, I know what I'm doing, because I'm a mother, and you don't have kids.
And do you know how fucking aesthetic it's gonna look that they have matching tattoos, mother-daughter or mother-son? That is so fucking cute.
Hashtag goals.
If I had a son, I'd immediately get
I
him a
would have done it when he
tattoo.
was
Like, you
1
know
years
how
old.
people get their kids' ears pierced,
Right.
so why can't I get a
Right.
tattoo
I would have done it right
on
when
my
they got
child?
born because guess what? They would have never
Yeah,
felt it when they turned 1. They would
exactly.
have never
That'd have been
known.
perfect. Right. Be like, oh, it's just like a birthmark, but like a man-made birthmark,
Right.
you know?
Bam.
People are so stupid, like,
Right. People
it'd
without
be the
kids,
simple things like that,
it's people
yeah.
without kids, they don't know none.
Get your baby his tattoo, okay?
Right.
Get Thug Life across his chest.
Get as many tattoos as you can before 6.
Right. Don't let
I'm
anybody
telling
tell
you.
you different.
Hmm. People
Okay.
without kids, they don't know none.
They don't know shit, man. I'm telling you. Um. Okay. Um. So here's another one. It's a little bit long, but I'll try to summarize. So it says my boyfriend has waifus and it's destroying me. Do you know what a waifu is?
A what?
Am I saying it right? A waifu?
How do you spell it?
Waifu. A waifu. Have you ever heard of that before?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
What's the definition of it? I honestly have never
Did
looked
you
it
look
up
it up?
before,
I
but
just looked it up right now.
no, what is it? Like I they gave like a little description in the post,
Dude,
but I didn't look it up.
a waifu is a fictional character, especially from an anime cartoon, whom a person regards as a romantic partner.
Yeah, that's what she says. Yeah. Okay. So he has waifus and it's destroying her. So
Hold on. Hold on. I gotta digest this shit.
waifu.
Are you fucking serious right now?
Oh my god. Okay, you gotta you gotta listen to the story. It's hilarious. Well, it's not hilarious. It's sad, but it's sadly hilarious. Okay.
Dude, I
So
never
my
heard, I
boy
never knew this was a thing.
you're gonna get what is the like the opposite? Like a hubby foo? A husband foo? A hub foo?
I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up for the opposite. Like I don't want a waifu. I want a hub foo. A hafu. Haifu?
It's called a husbando.
Husbando. Ooh, that sounds spicy.
Husbando. A male
Husbando.
counterpart of a waifu is commonly referred to as a husbando. It's a male fictional character that has a strongly emotional romantic attraction.
Ooh, sounds
Oh
like
my god.
a
Look at how they have this.
saucy character. That's supposed to be the
It's
husbando?
supposed to be a husbando.
God damn, I'm fucked. I don't even like anime,
I
man.
don't either.
Okay,
Okay.
so it says my boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years and they've been amazing. He's genuinely someone I want to be with for the rest of my life. And he makes me feel like I'm the only girl in the world.
Bullshit.
Um,
Waifu.
so the problem started recently when he started getting closer to one of his friends. So the friend is single and has multiple waifus which from what I understand are fictional characters with whom he is in a relationship. She says, I don't have a problem with the friend. However, I do have a problem with my boyfriend developing his own relationship with 3 separate characters. He's got 3 fucking waifus, bitch. Like,
What?
one she was okay with, but he's got 3, okay? So, you said, what? 3? Third. So, she's like, at first, he told me it was all a joke. But then I found like he was writing stuff. So he had a story about himself and these characters having an orgy. And she confronted him about it, and he finally admitted to being serious about this whole thing. So apparently he used to be into this stuff before they met. And then when like they started going out, because he got a taste of fucking reality, of course, he was getting real pussy instead of imaginary pussy. So it makes sense why he stopped. But then he started talking to his friend, and then that's when he got back into it. So he won't tell her anything about it because it says he says it makes him uncomfortable to talk about it. But he said that the only thought, or when he said that, the only thought in her head was, "You're uncomfortable, but you're the one doing it." Like, I don't understand, like, how you're uncomfortable with having an imaginary girl, like, talking about it. I don't know. I agree. It's fucking weird. So then she's like, all of this has made me feel so alone, unappreciated, violated, betrayed, and I feel like I shouldn't care because they're fictional, but he spends all day talking with his friends about sex fantasies with other women, waifus, cartoons, bitch.
What?
Um, so she said, it brought back insecurities that I had to deal with after my first relationship ended, but I feel like his behavior spits on the mutual respect I thought we had for each other. She's like, I don't know what to do. Should I try to talk to him? Um, or like, do you think it's gonna make it worse? And then she's like, when I say waifu, I mean he's having a second relationship with these characters, and he considers it as serious and as real to him as their relationship is. So like, he's
What?
like committed to it.
Does he go on dates with them? And if he does, like,
I mean, in his head.
does he sit like there and just kind of like,
Or does he like write it down, you know? Like
I'm
just is
so
everything
confused
like
right
just
now.
maybe we need to take like a waifu class. Like is it all like fan fiction type shit? Like do people go on like online forums and like write about their fantasies and maybe that's kind of like what it is,
Oh,
like some like fetish novel type shit? I don't know.
girl,
It's
my mind is
definitely
blown
weird.
right now. Like, I've never heard of this. This is like a whole new world for me. Like, you know when Aladdin takes Jasmine on the carpet and she's like, a whole new world? This is literally a whole new world
That's
for
how it
me.
feels, you
Yeah.
know.
Not, oh my, this is like so, I'm so like mind blown right now. So he literally like, so when he is committed in these relationships with his three waifus,
Yeah.
and he takes it just as serious as in his actual relationship with the actual person. How does he take it seriously with them? Like, how does he have conversations with them? Does he sit and have conversations with himself?
I don't think so. I think it's like in his
Does he
imagination, bitch. I don't know.
does he
Like
sit
he
there and like,
probably like fantasizes and then he's like, okay, so waifu number one, she's gonna come over and rub my shoulders. Waifu number two is down there rubbing my feet. Ooh, ooh, don't go too hard. I'm ticklish. Waifu number three. Waifu number three is cooking me dinner. My favorite spaghetti. Yum yum. Like,
and then does he get
like
full
it's
from
these
that?
these
And then I'd be
kids
like,
these
then if
days.
I was a
Right.
real wife, I'd be like, bitch, then your wife can cook for you. Like, it relieves me from tonight.
Well, just imagine like having to fight for your man's love
Nah,
against a fucking
three
imaginary
imaginary
anime
wife.
character. And it's not like it's like not other women. It's fucking anime characters. Like so then like hey, my name is like I don't fucking know. I don't watch that shit, but like the big old eyes and all that shit and
Dude, I
I guess
wonder if
there's
he
like an
makes her.
appeal to it,
I wonder if he makes
you
her
know?
dress up as like anime characters and stuff.
I mean, I feel like after she found out about the whole waifu thing, she probably wouldn't. But maybe she would. Maybe she's like, maybe I just gotta start acting like a waifu.
Nah, hell no,
And
hell no.
you see, like I like to watch like those TikTok cringe videos, so I hear people talking about waifus, but like
I've never heard of it.
I never knew what it meant. Like, but like I would see people be like, "Oh, this is my waifu," and it'd be like, those big giant body pillows with like the anime girl on it.
No,
Like you've never seen those? Like
no,
people have like giant body pillows that they sleep with, and like the pillowcase is like of an anime girl,
no,
like in like a schoolgirl uniform or something like
no. You
that.
spend too much time on
And
TikTok. No,
I do, but that's the
no,
thing, and they'll be like, "This is my waifu." So does that
no.
mean they're
This is
fucking
my
the
first.
pillow?
This
Like,
is my first time ever even hearing of that word. That's why I had to look it up.
well, I mean, maybe you should try it. Maybe there's like
No,
a hidden appeal of having waifus and husbandos, and we're just missing out.
no.
You can
No.
fantasize your dream man, and then you can have as
My
many of
dream man
him
is
as
my
you want.
fiance. No.
Well, maybe you want 2 more of your fiance. It could
No.
be
I only need
it could be
him.
Jerry and Harry as your husband.
No thanks.
Jerry was
How about
so
you? How about you
gentle.
do your husbando or whatever it is, and then you tell me. I'm gonna come over and you're gonna
I'll
have
let
like
you
four
know.
of them, 4 pillows.
Right. Be
Oh my
like,
god,
yeah, he likes to sleep in the cold, so I put him right by the
that's
fan, and
crazy. She
you gotta like really be out of touch with reality to
right,
like have a waifu. I just feel so weird just even knowing what that means now.
right.
I
Now I
feel
feel
like
weird knowing what that means. Like,
right,
okay,
I feel like
guys,
I'm part of the
if
problem
you
now.
if you guys know the waifu world or know the anime world, like let us know if this is a real thing. If people like are really invested into this world for real, because I've never heard of it at all. Like this is my first time, and I'm like mind blown.
A lot of questions.
I
Like,
have a lot of
can a
questions.
waifu be a human? Like, can it be based on a human? Can you like
No, it's a fictional character. That's all it is. Just read it. So
but does it have to
when
be
they
like
become
you can
human
imagine
form,
a fictional character?
when they
Like,
become human form, do they automatically get eliminated from being a waifu, and then they're no longer interested in it? That person's no longer
right.
interested in them.
I am gonna look up like on the internet. I want to read people's waifu stories. I want to know what these bitches look like. I want to know
It
everything. Like,
the
what are you
the
doing?
the it's the possibility. It's I don't know. I mean, like I guess the imagination it's yours. Like you can
Yeah,
design it however you want because
exactly.
it's dude. This is not the first time I've ever been speechless. And you know my ass always got something to say.
My waifu is gonna have tentacles, so
Wait,
you
you want a
know
waifu or you want a husbando?
I want both. I
Ooh.
want a waifu and a husbando. And what's really gonna happen, I don't really need to be a part of it. Like I just wanna like imagine them getting together and then like I can orchestrate
Oh, you're the
their
creep that
lives,
wants to watch.
you know? Yeah. A creep that wants to watch. Yeah, I'm the
You're
one
the creep
sitting
in
in the
the
back
corner,
being like,
like
yeah,
like you watch like that. I was thinking you watch like this, like no, you're in the corner like this, like
mm.
you twist your binoculars and you do one longer than the other.
Great creep zone, you know what I'm talking about, you know? In this bitch. Creeping on everybody. Oh man.
All right.
Anyway. You learned something new today,
That's
so
yeah.
that's good.
That's definitely something new. Okay. So, are you ready for the discussion topic, or you got one more?
I'm ready for the discussion topic.
Okay, so this week I have the discussion topic, and I actually texted Amanda last week, and I'm like, oh my god, can I do the discussion topic? Because she usually does it every week, and I'm like, can I do it this week? And she's like, what did you say? You betcha, you know. So I got the discussion topic this week, and here we go. This one says, my husband works, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. He is the most unselfish person I know. I handle all the finances, and he has never said or acted like it was his money. It's always our money. Anyways, he is upset with me because he found out that I have a bank account he knew nothing about.
Okay.
I've been making money online and keeping it from him. He says that his problem is not that I've been making money online, but that I kept it from him in the event of a divorce someday. He said that a woman keeping a stash of hidden money in case a marriage fail is like a man keeping a side chick in case a marriage fail, and we both need to keep. We both need to be all in or nothing. My mom raised me to have a secret stash that my husband doesn't know about. Is this wrong or is my husband right?
Your husband's definitely wrong. How's she gonna say, is this wrong or is my husband right? That's basically both the same answer. But
So you know what I mean. Like, do you feel like you know?
he should have a side stash of money. He should have a side stash of money. Honestly, I'm always a supporter of having separate money
Mhm.
in a relationship. I don't care how long you've been married, together, whatever. Like I feel like you should have your, I mean, I don't know, it may be different for like people who are like stay-at-home parents, like that's different where, you're all working off of one income, but like if I'm working full time, you're working full time, like I feel like I should be able to have my account, you should be able to have your account, like I don't know, like finances are just a touchy subject for people, but like I don't know. I don't think that it's wrong. I just don't. I think it's like oh, you have another account. That's weird, but okay. Like why didn't you tell me?
Hmm.
Okay, you have this account. Now I know. Like does it change anything for your relationship? No. Like it only changes it if you by how you react to it.
Hmm. But then in
And
this scenario, though, like not your scenario, we have to think about
no,
like
I'm
focus on
saying,
this
yeah.
scenario.
But like in that situation, like just because he had or just because he found out that she has it, like it doesn't
Hmm.
change anything for their relationship. You're still
Hmm.
married. Like all your finances are the same. The only difference is that she has a separate fund. It's not like she's like taking the money that, you guys have in your account and
Hmm.
then just siphoning it off, slowly, slowly,
Yeah.
slowly. But maybe he's insecure or maybe he looks at it as like she's trying to build this savings so that she can leave me instead of it being like I don't know. I just feel like it's insecurity no matter what. And the fact that he tried to compare it to him, like keeping a side chick, like that's not the same. You
Yeah,
know what I
it's
mean?
definitely
Like,
not the same scenario because
yeah.
it's not like but how do you feel about her keeping money on the side, not telling him about it, and continue to like whatever she was doing on the side to build her own money, keeping it from him and not telling him about it though, and continue
I
to
think
build her
it's hard.
fund.
You got to think about it. Like you never know what's going to happen in
Hmm.
in your relationship, in your marriage. Like things could change at the drop of a dime, and if you guys needed to divorce or something happened, he went to
Hmm.
jail or something like that, like you got to be able to support yourself and your
Hmm.
family, right? So I mean, realistically speaking, she's being responsible. I mean, I get why he would be upset that she didn't tell him, but at the same time, like I don't think that it's something for him to like hold against her because
But what if roles
realistically
were
speaking,
reversed? What if roles were reversed and he was the stay-at-home dad and you were working full time? You weren't unselfish with your funds. Everything that you brought to the house financially was both of you guys is down the middle, and you now found out that he was stashing money on the side, and you found out on your own he wasn't planning on telling you anytime soon.
I don't know, I feel like it would be the same though. Like you'd be upset about it, but
You don't
like
think you would hold any grudge or just be like, why wouldn't you tell me, or like feel some type of way?
no, because in my opinion, like I don't like to try to dictate how people spend their money, like, but
Hmm.
that's just me. And it may be different for different people, but like if you feel like you need to have a separate stash of money for yourself, then have a separate stash of money for yourself. Like it doesn't make no difference because even if it's like, whatever money I bring to the table is supporting the whole household, like I still have my money that I'm able to spend when I want to spend it without having to worry about
But that's the
like,
thing, though. He didn't.
what do you mean?
He didn't have his own stash money. He brought everything that he had that he brought
Still
to
has his own money.
you
Yeah, he
know
can still spend his own money. Just because it's shared with him and his wife doesn't mean he can't spend his own money.
I understand that, but everything that what because I'm playing devil's advocate by what the story said. He
Mhm.
Everything that he brought, everything in his check was into a joint account with them,
Mhm.
and he didn't have a separate account or anything that he had his own funds, right? But
Mhm.
he found out that she had her own account that was just hers, that she had her own stash in. It was
Mhm.
just her own money, that all it was just her under her name. But he didn't have anything that she knew about,
Mhm.
that was just his funds.
I don't know. I I just feel like maybe he needs an account for himself then. Then call it even. Create
Hmm.
your own account and then have your own separate funds and then both of you can do it. Like it I just feel like that's something that's so like I don't know. I don't want to say it's irrelevant because it's not
Yeah,
irrelevant. It's important, but it's not something that like is like a deal breaker in
yeah,
my eyes, or it's
yeah,
not something that's like a big deal in my
yeah.
eyes. It's just something like you can't help, like, you can't blame a person for wanting to be prepared
Mhm.
in case, like, for the worst case scenario. Like, and it may offend you and be like, damn, like, so you have this separate account of this money, and like, why are you saving that? Like, the reason that people keep separate accounts is so that they have, a stash to fall back on in case something happens. Like, I don't see anything wrong with
Mhm.
that. Like, you got to be prepared for worst case scenario. And if I saw that, and then, like, in my relationship, and was like, oh, he's saving up all
Mhm.
this money, like maybe he is, about to like dip out, then that would be a fucking red flag for me to be like, okay, maybe I need to start saving
Mhm.
some fucking money too,
Mhm.
because,
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna
if
be
because if you
changing
that's
my
what I'm saying. If
situation.
if you saw that, I think you would feel some type of way, and then you would go into like defense mode. Even if you didn't feel like your relationship was in jeopardy, I think you would be like in defense mode, and you would start a savings account for yourself, even if
Yeah,
nothing happened. But
right.
I think that's why he felt some type of way when he learned
Mhm.
about it, because he because like even if nothing was wrong in the relationship, I think he just felt a little bit of betrayal that she kept
Mhm.
that that side money. And then like at the end it says, my mom raised me to have a secret stash that my husband doesn't know about. Which I understand. That's how I was raised too. My
Mhm.
mom always raised me
Yeah.
not to keep a secret stash, but to always be able to support myself,
Mhm.
to be able to
Right.
stand on my own 2 feet, with or
Yeah.
without a man.
Yeah.
You know.
But you also got to think about it too. So she said that the way she was making the money was making it online, but she didn't
Mhm.
say how she was making the money.
Ooh.
So maybe that's like a point of frustration for them, because how are you making this money?
Right.
So you're like, worst case scenario, so you have an OnlyFans and that's how you're making the money. Well, yes, I have a problem with that now,
Yeah.
because you're my partner
Right.
and you didn't like talk to me about that decision. But if it's something where it's like, you have a job, like, I can't help but to think, like, how did he not know that his wife has a job, like, to
Yeah.
the point where she is earning money, and where did he think that that money was going
Right.
for what she was earning? And
Mhm.
then if you're going to be the type of person who supports the whole family, like your paycheck is what supports the whole family, you can't get mad at somebody else for having money. If you agreed and they agreed and everybody in the household is on the
Mhm.
same agreement that you're the person who supports the household. So regardless of if she had that account or not, you'd still be supporting the household, right?
Yeah.
So what difference does it make?
Yeah.
That's just the way I see it, like,
Yeah.
it doesn't change anything of how things have been going, this whole entire time up until you finding out that she has the account,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I guess so me and my fiance had this conversation um actually the night before last night, and it wasn't similar to this story. Yeah, it wasn't this story, but it was similar to this story. Was um I will never support a man that's not capable of working. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Um
Yeah.
so if he's capable of working, he will always be working. Um unless he's out. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Right.
Physically out. Then I will, if we're a team, if we're a couple, then we're a team. Um,
Hmm.
if he's capable of working, he will support our family as much as I
Right.
am as well. Um,
Hmm.
I will not be with someone that's not capable of working. You know.
Right.
So, but I don't know. I just think that her keeping money on the side is a little. I mean, I get being cautious, but I think that
Hmm.
that was a little shady. She could have been honest with him, because then that's keeping secrets. Um, she could have been like, "Hey, I just have a little side stash, keeping it for emergency
Yeah.
funds. Don't think that I'm keeping it for like side stash for anything vindictive or anything, but it's literally emergency funds. Let's just act like it's not there, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, it could be solved that simply,
Yeah, yeah,
but I mean, it is what it is.
yeah.
This happens so often, and I
Mhm,
feel like this is such like a common situation that probably a lot of people can relate to.
mhm.
So,
Finances
you
ruin
know,
relationships.
exactly.
That's a huge
So,
factor.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I'm single and broke. No, I'm just kidding. About the single part. No, I'm just kidding. I'm single and broke. Let's be honest. Okay. That's a good one though. I like that. I feel like that's a good, like, it does spark discussion. So
Mm-hmm.
I like that question or
Mm-hmm.
that topic there.
So
Okay,
I
so
did
then moving forward, you get 2 thumbs up. Boom boom. Hold on, ready?
good.
Okay. Are you ready for the hypothetical situation?
I'm gonna get you to do the H flag
Because
this time because you always fuck it up.
dude, my
No,
hands are too big.
no, you have to do like this. Okay, do like this. Okay, and then just curl the finger down and then put it together. You got it. See? And then you gotta do a little dance.
Hypothetical question. Okay, this is stupid. Okay. Anyways, hypothetical situation. Okay, so you have a chance to win up to $10 million, depending on your choice. So there's a sexy computer android named Sexy Leroy. I didn't make the name up. It was like that already,
Okay,
but I love the name.
I know you
So
do.
Sexy Leroy, he's a robot, and he teleports in front of you, and he offers you a choice. So you can select any option before you, and then he rolls, the probability. So it's a probability game.
Okay,
If you win, you get the money, but if you lose, he laughs at you, and then whatever the amount is, you get like you go into debt that amount. So if you were supposed to win like $1,000, if he doesn't, roll on your number or whatever, then you're in debt ten or $1,000. You get
oh
what I'm
god.
saying there?
Okay, okay,
All right.
okay, go.
So all the money is legal and tax free, blah blah blah, so that you don't have to worry about taxes. So 100% chance for $350. So no matter what, you're gonna get $350. Otherwise, we could do a 50% chance for $50,000. So you either get it or you don't. And then, or you can do a 1% chance for $10 million. And
Okay,
it's
okay,
like that, right? So there was a lot more, but I feel like it's a whole fucking lot of numbers to go through. So
we'll stick with that.
um yeah, we'll just go with 100% for 350, 50% for 50,000,
Okay.
1% for a million. And depending on how you choose, you may be between 50,000 to $10 million in debt for the rest of your life. What are you choosing? And don't let sexy Leroy like sway your decision because he's gonna be so sexy. He's gonna be trying to get you to the $10 million one because he's like, why not? Just try it. But don't believe him because sexy Leroy is evil, and his whole thing is that he wants you to be in debt. America.
First of all, fuck Sexy Leroy, cause I don't give a fuck. I'm focused on the money.
Wow.
Okay, I need to focus on
Rude.
the money. So
Focus on the money.
I'm gonna do,
Sexy Leroy's like this the whole time you're deciding.
and I'm gonna
He's
be
just
like this. I'm gonna be like,
gyrating.
I'm gonna go with a 50% chance for 350,000.
No, bitch. What?
Is that what it
You're
is?
just making shit up. No, it's 50%.
I wasn't listening then.
It's 50% for 50,000.
Oh,
350,000.
I thought you said 50% for 350,000.
No.
Okay, so 50% for 50,000,
Yeah.
and then what was the other one?
1% for 10 million or 100% for $350.
Oh, $350.
Yeah.
I'll do the 50% still.
You would still do 50%?
Hmm.
I would do the 100%. I just take $350 and like go. Because bitch, I already got like student loans and shit. Like I don't need any more debt than I already have. So I take the $350 and sexy Leroy's number, and just call it a day. Like I think
What if
I'd be fucking happy with that.
it? I
Come
think
on.
I think that that's a huge mistake, because what'll happen is you will probably get Sexy Leroy's number, okay,
Hmm.
and then you guys will go out to the steakhouse with
Yeah.
that $350,
Uh-huh.
and you will probably spend, like, let's just say $40 out of the 350,
Okay.
and Sexy Leroy will probably spend the rest. He will eat $310 worth of food.
Well, he's a fucking robot, so I don't know how he's eating.
That's he's gonna eat $310 worth of your 350,
$310.
and you just blew $350 worth of food at Tomahawk Steakhouse, and you didn't even get any dick because he's a robot.
Listen, as long as I get to spend time with Sexy Leroy, that's all I care about. Like, honestly, with a name like that, how could I say no?
You're a
Period.
robot, and you
He's sexy.
and then guess what? Sexy Leroy will go home, and you get to go home to your 4 waifus.
Hey, the win-win, you know?
No, it is not a
Get some
win-win.
sexy time and then go home and get some more
No,
sexy time
with your 4 waifus.
with my wife.
I get my 50% because I think I have pretty good luck, and then I will get how much?
$50,000.
Yeah. Pay off some debt, take a
So
little
then
vacay.
when you lose and you're $50,000 into
I'm not
debt,
gonna lose.
you're gonna
I'm not
lose.
gonna lose because
Because
I have pretty good luck.
what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna go first, get my $350, take him out on a date. He's gonna get his $310 meal, and I'm gonna be like, "You better make sure that bitch don't lose or don't win." And he's gonna be like,
Don't lose.
"Say less, I got you, Sexy Leroy on the job." And bitch, when he comes back, he's gonna be like, "Oh, this is her. Oh, she's gonna go for the 50%." Denied. And he's gonna be like, Amanda, 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 and I'll be there like, Sexy Leroy, Sexy Leroy.
You're so stupid. He's gonna be so busy on a date with you that I'm gonna win because nobody's gonna man the rest of the game.
No, bitch, that's not how it works.
And
Sexy Leroy has to witness it. He's the
no,
one who does the spinny thing.
no.
I don't know. I just imagine Sexy Leroy doesn't have legs. You know, like he just floats.
He just rolls
And he's got like a metal afro and
and just
like
block.
gold chains. He's got like one gold tooth right there.
It's just a little block tooth.
Right.
Oh,
Sexy
God.
Leroy. He's got like a fucking pimp costume on, you know? Sexy Leroy. I
You
love
still
it.
ain't getting no dick, so yeah,
Story of my life. It's okay.
right.
So,
um,
yeah.
yeah, that's a good one though. I like
I
that.
thought that was a good one. I like Sexy Leroy. Really, that's the only reason why I picked that one. Just
I know it is.
really because of Sexy
Man, you
Leroy.
really need to get laid or
This is a
something.
problem now. Anyway. Okay.
All
Well,
right.
that wraps up the Dirty Tea Podcast, Season 3, Episode 3. So fun. So amazing.
Yes.
Super exciting. I hope everybody has an amazing weekend and that you guys are staying cold. Or I'm sorry, staying warm out there.
Stay cold, y'all.
It's been cold. Stay warm. And I'll let Donna take it out.
Okay, guys, thanks for listening, and we will see you guys next week, same time, and stay warm. Don't stay cold. Stay warm. Have a great weekend, and we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you later,
Bye.
alligators.